I received an email message. It goes like this. Hey, love the new format with Extinction Dialogues. By the way, this is not an Extinction Dialogues piece, but we have started a new series called Extinction Dialogues, also posted on YouTube under this channel. So you might want to check that out. Back to the message. I feel like you don't get enough questions about specific things and far too many emails that are just human hate and human drama. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. I get a lot of hate and drama that I really don't want. As a conservation biologist, can you talk about how plants are going or not going to change with climate? For example, USDA zone shifts, wet zones becoming wetter, dry zones becoming drier. And not just cereal crops, but what about forests and whatnot? I know we're all fucked, but I would just like to see someone talking about what role plants are going to play in this opera of shit, this shitty-cane. Love that, shitty-cane, a hurricane of shit apparently. It should be noted that I'm a plant nerd and I care more about their plight than ours. Only love remains, and whiskey. So, I'm going to talk briefly about the USDA Plant Hardiness Zone Map, which was created several decades ago, was changed in 1990, was changed again in 2012, and that change was quite significant. So this is for gardeners for the most part, and it indicates how hardy a particular zone or geographic region is in the United States, and therefore provides a guide for gardeners to plant specific vegetable crops. So in 2012, 2 new zones were added, zones 12 and 13, and most of the other zones were shifted northward by about a half a zone, which is 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Each zone represents approximately 10 degrees of Fahrenheit of temperature variation. So by shifting that whole thing north, half a zone, or 5 degrees Fahrenheit in 2012, that's a really big deal. There are no changes to the USDA Plant Hardiness Zone Map since then that I know about, but this is an indication not just of cereal crops, not just of grains, but of many plants and their response to the physiological environment, and most importantly, how that environment is changing. If you shift the zones north, that is admitting an admission by the U.S. Department of Agriculture that the planet is warming, and warming very significantly in a short period of time. So in the period from 1990 to 2012, 22 years, a 5 degree Fahrenheit plant shift, that is enormous. So I suspect we'll be seeing other admissions of abrupt climate change and implications for plant life as we move along. But you don't have to look too far if you ever go outdoors, or if you speak to somebody who spends significant time outdoors, whether it's in forests, grasslands, savannas, ocean systems, or in the garden. You don't have to go too far to find somebody who is quite aware that we are in the midst of abrupt, irreversible climate change. And yet, at the edge of extinction, only love remains.